Hello, I'm Bob Markham, Columbus High School, class of '76. My wife Chris and I created the Operations Employee of the Year Award. This award is to recognize district employees who excel in their service to the teachers and students of the Columbus Public School District. Operations employees are the glue that holds this district together. Because of the work that they do, they enable CPS to be a more efficient and effective organization. The nominees eligible for consideration for the 2019 award were selected by a committee from outside the school district, and 3 finalists were chosen from the nominations received. Nominations for the Operations Employee of the Year were accepted from CPS staff, students, school supporting organizations, and the general public. This year's recipient will receive a $500 cash award, will be featured on the Wall of Fame in the Administration Building, and recognized in local publications. I'm pleased to announce that this year's recipient is Peggy Jones, a paraeducator at West Park Elementary School. Congratulations, Peggy, and thank you for everything that you do to engage all learners to help them achieve greater success.
Peggy Jones is an outstanding candidate for the Operations Employee of the Year. As a special education paraprofessional at West Park, Mrs. Jones supports instruction for special needs students. But most importantly, she has made it her mission to bring positivity and cheer to her work. Mrs. Jones holds high academic and behavioral standards for her students. She works diligently to help each child make progress and then celebrates that achievement with them. Mrs. Jones truly believes it takes a village to raise a child. She can be seen building relationships and positive culture with each and every student, whether it be in the hallway, on the playground, in the classroom, or the moment they step out of their car in the morning. Peggy Jones is committed to helping her students succeed, to supporting West Park students and staff, and to being a conduit of joy.
When I think of Peggy, one of the words that comes to my mind is positive. Peggy is probably one of the most positive people that is on our West Park staff. Peggy works as a special education para at West Park, so she works with a very diverse population of students. As a staff, we know that Peggy is one of those people that we can always go to, whether it's to work with a student or to help with a recess duty that isn't covered. We are always able to call upon Peggy to mentor kids. Peggy works with kids and she helps kids to see that they are important. And she is probably one of the biggest cheerleaders that all of our kids, whether they're in special education or not, she's their biggest cheerleader. And so kids, they can always go to her and they know that she is going to be there to help them and to build the strong relationships that are going to enable them to be successful throughout their school year. So thank you, Peggy, for everything you do at West Park.
Peggy Jones has been a special education paraeducator for me for the past 8 years at West Park Elementary. Mrs. Jones is the true definition of an outstanding paraeducator. She is known for her kind heart, accountability, and positivity. I firmly believe Mrs. Jones's kind heart has touched the lives of every student at West Park. She is seen greeting everyone in the hallways with a big smile and high five and a cheerful voice. You may also see Mrs. Jones escorting a late student to class while cleaning their face from their morning breakfast. It is not uncommon to see her hustling to the resource room to comb a little girl's hair and adding the perfect pink bow that brings out her new smiling face. As a special education paraeducator, Mrs. Jones has a kind heart, and not only for the students with IEPs, but for all students at West Park. Mrs. Jones displays excellent dependability and accountability. Her willingness to go above and beyond her scheduled duties is evident each and every day. Mrs. Jones has high expectations for all learners and holds them accountable to show that they can master the skills being taught. This could be anywhere from long division in 4th grade, helping a student walk down the hallway, or simply writing their first and last name. You can see the excitement in the face of a student as well as her face when they have mastered a skill. Mrs. Jones's big heart and positivity play a key role in the success of our special education program at West Park. Students know they are loved and that giving up is not an option, even though life and school can be hard. Mrs. Jones shows students and staff daily that she is here to support everyone she works with to be the best they can be.
Hi, I'm Brian Christensen, President of the Columbus United Federal Credit Union and the sponsor of this year's 2020 Educator of the Year Awards. Just like the operations employee, we have educators in the district who also go above and beyond dedicating each day to creating opportunities and inspiring learning. The CPS Foundation Educator of the Year Award was created to recognize CPS teachers for their dedication, knowledge, and skill in the classroom, their ability to gain the respect and admiration of students, parents, and colleagues, the active and useful roles they play within the school and their community, and their talent for inspiring students of all backgrounds. Nominations for Educator of the Year were accepted from CPS staff, administrators, parents, students, school supporting organizations, and the general public. The Educator of the Year will receive a $1,000 cash prize and the runner-up a $500 cash prize. The recipients will also be recognized in local publications, and the Educator of the Year will be featured on the Wall of Fame. The Educator of the Year will also go on to apply for the Nebraska Teacher of the Year Award, given by the Nebraska Department of Education. The runner-up for the 2020 Educator of the Year Award has been impacting the lives of students for many years. This educator truly makes learning fun for students and supports the learning style of all students in the classroom. I'm pleased to announce this year's Educator of the Year runner-up is Christy Nelson, special education teacher at Columbus Middle School.
Hi, I'm Tanya Lucy, and I'm the teacher at the Columbus Middle School in the Autism Communication Life Skills program. Today I have the honor of introducing to you one of the finalists for Teacher of the Year for Columbus Public Schools, Christy Nelson. Christy is the special education teacher in the high needs classroom at Columbus Middle School. Christy is very dedicated to her students, their families, and the staff she works with. Christy's main concern every single day is the care and the needs of the students she teaches. The students in her class depend on someone to look out and care for them throughout the day. Christy juggles schedules and students and staff with ease. She is a problem solver and tries to figure out ways to make life a little easier for the students and their families. She isn't only concerned about what life looks like inside her classroom, but how the students can be successful in their home life and for years to come. Christy is very loving and thoughtful towards her students and staff. Outside of school, Christy is always caring for others. She makes meals for the needy, delivers groceries in her neighborhood, and she volunteers on numerous committees throughout our community. Thank you, Christy, for everything you do for everyone. The world is definitely a kinder and more loving place with Christy in it. Congratulations, Christy, on the honor of being chosen one of the finalists for this year's Teacher of the Year.
I was asked the question, why does Christy Nelson deserve to be Educator of the Year? Christy is a kind, caring, and a 100% devoted teacher. She is a master of differentiation. Christy makes individualized lesson plans for each and every one of her students. She frequently works through her lunch period and her plan period to ensure that her students' needs are met. Christy is a leader and a team player at the same time. She works with many different specialists as her students need these specialists to help them. Her students work with occupational therapists, speech language pathologists, physical therapists, music therapists, etc. Christy not only is flexible in working with these people, but she helps continue their services when they're not there. Christy is also works extremely well with her paras. She's always looking out for the best interests of her paras and plans professional learning for them to make sure that they are safe and secure. She's done planning with things like appropriate lifting to ensure that paras are physically safe when working in her classroom. Christy creates a safe, secure, trusting, loving environment and helps bring the staff together. The paras in her room are not just colleagues, they become family because of Christy, what she does. Christy knows that strategies for her students may work for a week or two, but she knows that she needs to come up with new ones frequently. She is willing to do that and continues to work for her to meet her students' needs always. One of Christy's greatest strengths is her communication skills with her students' parents. Christy has clear and consistent communication with the parents of her students, which gives the parents peace of mind when they're sending their medically fragile child. Christy treats her students like her own child and loves them all dearly. She gives 110% to help every one of her students meet their goals. Christy is a great example of an exemplary educator, and I am proud to work with her.
Congratulations, Mrs. Nelson. The winner of the 2020 Educator of the Year Award has changed the way they were teaching to better reach their students in the classroom. This educator makes learning fun for students and supports the learning style of all students in the classroom while embracing collaborative learning ideas of STEM. I would like to announce this year's recipient is Brian Townsend, science teacher at Columbus High School.
It is an honor to talk a little bit about Brian Townsend and what he brings to the education of Columbus High School. And what he does for the kids and what he does for our science department. Brian's been a longtime member of our science department. Brian definitely cares about the kids, definitely cares about the content, and has an incredible use of the word fantastic. Our kids will tell you that. He is also, he's really good at what he does. And it's in a day and age in which people want to get to the fastest solution possible. Brian makes sure that our kids work through problems, through issues that they need, so that they're gaining the knowledge that they need. Brian is a true educator, a true discoverer, cares greatly about the kids in Columbus High School, and we are extremely lucky to have him.
Hello, my name is Adam Whitmore. I'm an instructor here at Columbus High School. I'm here today to talk to you about why Brian Townsend, physics teacher at Columbus High School, should be our 2019-2020 Columbus Public Schools Educator of the Year. Brian Townsend believes heavily in student achievement. He believes heavily in student engagement. He does things both in and out of the classroom to ensure that this happens. He does this with great patience and with greatest positivity. In the classroom, Mr. Townsend has changed how he is doing physics. No longer is he just writing formulas on the board. Students regurgitate them and stick numbers into them. But now he actually engages our students. He allows them to do hands-on experiments, takes data, put it into a computer science program, which is a great 21st century skill for anybody to possess. And not only do they do this, but then they have to present their findings in front of their peers. This is a new way of teaching physics, and this makes it difficult. But Mr. Townsend has taken it in stride. He tries and does a lot of extra work on his own to make sure that this happens. This engages our students, creates problem solvers, and gives us great communicators. Without this type of interaction, this would be just a regular ho-hum class. But Mr. Townsend has taken a lot of his own time and taken a lot of effort to make sure that this happens. Out of the classroom, Mr. Townsend has been doing things the last few years, especially this year, to engage our students, to use their intelligence, to use their schooling, to engage them, to become achievers. For example, he is part of our math day team that goes to UNL once a year. He is also the leader of Science Bowl, which this year we have placed better than we ever have before, thanks to Mr. Townsend's leadership. And he is also a fixture of Robotics Club at Columbus High School. With all these things, he encourages students to do their absolute best. He gives them positive reinforcement, helps them see errors in a positive way. He goes well above and beyond, especially in robotics. Robotics, he works with teams individually. He may spend hours with them to help them become better roboticists. And in order to achieve this, Mr. Townsend has to learn new skills constantly, always looking for a new way of doing things, a better way of doing things. He has taken a lot of time and learned a lot of new skills over the last couple of years, and has taken those skills and applied them to both in the classroom into out of the classroom activities. This isn't always easy. Even when there's roadblocks, even when things don't look good, Mr. Townsend is always the beacon of positivity. He finds the positive everywhere. Even on days that everybody around him is negative, he stays positive. He engages our students. He engages them in the hallway. He engages them during class. He engages them after school. He's always available for questions. He's always available to help. Mr. Townsend is one of the nicest guys I know. He's also one of the hardest working individuals I know. This is the reason that I believe that Brian Townsend should be our 2019-2020 Columbus Public Schools Educator of the Year.
Congratulations, Mr. Townsend.